Hello, I'm Roz and I'm very pleased you could join Shelley Davenport of The Open Door and myself again this week for us to do our afternoon tea session with you. This week we're going to be talking about the 5 main things we can do, or as I would say, the big mistakes you can do around the house, which is quite interesting. Artwork's the one that she gets me for, but we'll talk about that in a minute, Shelley. So, we don't have a cup of tea here, but next week we're really hoping to talk about afternoon tea and the history. So please look out for us and join us at 3 p.m. next Wednesday. So on our talk with Shelley about our 5 things we can do to kind of help our houses along. So you were talking about buying furniture, your staple main pieces are really, really important. Could you elaborate on that for us?
Absolutely, Roz. So thank you again for having me on your afternoon tea. I love our time that we spend together every week. We're getting lots of great feedback on topics and suggestions, so we'll certainly welcome that from our fellow viewers. So with furniture, you definitely want to buy the best quality of furniture, whether you're just starting out or you're replacing maybe some key pieces in your house. So understanding and asking questions through your source, whether you're buying directly through a retailer or showroom or even through an interior designer. Make sure that you understand how the furniture is made, where it's made, and the durability of it, because those are really 3 important factors that you want when buying any staple item.
So when you're saying it depends where you get it from, I mean, obviously we're all big proponents of buying American, but do you mean within America, or do you mean be really careful about some of the stuff that comes from foreign fields?
Well, it's actually both. It's just understanding the source and how it's made is critical in understanding the quality and the durability of it.
Okay, and we also spoke about, because I'm a big lover of this, mixing the old and the new together as furniture, and the sort of modern with the older stuff. Can you give us a few tips on that, please?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm a lover of vintage and antique pieces, even mixing it with modern. It gives a room life, and it also allows what I call a room to breathe. So when you have depth, and whether it's height adjustments or whether it's new or mixing old or high-low, all of that works when you're decorating your room, and it really becomes a true reflection of the people that are in it.
Right. So another thing we've spoken about, obviously many times, anyone knows me knows I love the neutral palette, but you can mix bold into neutral and with old and new things too, can't we? I know I saw some wallpaper apps at your door, and hopefully I'm going to be showing that to everyone soon. So what are your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. So whatever you tend to lean towards, whether you're, prefer more bold colors, then you can also accent that with some neutrals, or just the opposite. If you kind of lean more towards a neutral, and then you can use pops of color, whether it's in your accessories or maybe even one piece of furniture. It's always a great way to mix a room by using a bold mix of colors and also neutrals to balance it out.
You're a big believer, I believe, in the throw pillows to kind of pop a room if you don't want to spend real money. Does that really have a good effect? Because I've seen you do it many times brilliantly.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it can change a room. And also, you can do, pillows are so easy and accessible that you can do it seasonally. It doesn't have to stay that way forever. You can mix summer and spring and fall and winter. Obviously, for holidays, we all love decorating our houses. You can totally transform a room just with accessories.
Oh, great. So to my accessories, let's go to wall art. I know you've nagged me before because my wall art has not been to the correct size, height rather. So, could you tell us is there any rule of thumb as to how low your dining table should be? I know it's not quite the same thing. I'm talking about the lamp, over the dining table and wall art. Is there sort of a guidance you have on this, or what's your thoughts on hanging wall art, etc.?
Absolutely. So you definitely want to hang your wall art at eye level. As a general rule. Now that's not always a tried and true, but you definitely want to make sure that you're eye level. Often you see artwork that's hung too high, and you can really see a big difference in the room when it's at the eye level. Now, if you're doing multiple pieces, then that's a little bit different. You want to balance out a wall. Say you're doing a gallery wall, whether it's with family photographs or travel or even individual art that you collect. You definitely want to balance that out, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be symmetrical to give it some depth.
And what about mirrors? What are your thoughts on mirrors adding accent to a room?
Love mirrors. Mirrors are great in any room and all shapes and sizes. You can mix mirrors in with art. They don't always have to be a standalone. Often you see mirrors as a standalone, which is also a great statement piece. And also, it can also make a room that's small look very large with a large scale mirror. Now, you wouldn't necessarily think that right away, but it really adds a dramatic balance. So mirrors in all shapes and sizes are one of the best accessories for a home.
Great. And lastly, if I could ask you, you always tell me buy what you love. Explain that a little more to our viewers, if you would.
So I've always said this, and one of the best ideas or suggestions that I get, or as I should say, that I give with my clients and also my closest friends is, how do we, do we keep this? Do we not keep this in a room? And I say, if you love it and it has a story and it has history, we can make it work in a home. So buy what you love and you will always find a home for it.
Well, thank you very much again, Shelley. We're going to wind up now. But until this time next week, afternoon tea, thank you very, very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Roz. I look forward to our tea next week.
Me too. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.